On today's Beyond the Gates, Pamela pushed Andre, Vanessa got a new job, and Hayley. Lord, she poisoned Bill's tea. As the episode began, Pamela and her Martian accent interrupted Andre's abs routine to confront him about Danny turning down the Forrester Creations modeling gig. "You're a handsome man," Pamela noted. "But you don't like having your picture taken. Why?" Andre insisted that he just didn't want to be a model. Undaunted, Pamela twisted his stance into a move that would hurt Danny's last chance at a comeback. That, Pamela said, was why she was pushing so hard for Forrester's couples campaign. At the casino, Hayley lit into Randy for telling Joey that the two of them were having an affair. Randy had needed an excuse for the two of them to have been spotted together, he said, and it was the first thing that came to mind. Hilariously, Hayley couldn't believe having sex with his cousin was his first thought. Natch, Randy hadn't admitted that they were related, and Joey wasn't going to tell Bill anyway, he added. To keep Bill in the dark, Hayley said she'd told Joey no way could Randy score a catch like her. Despite these difficulties in their plot, Hayley had her eye on the prize, a life on Easy Street spending her late husband's money. "Damn," said Randy, "who hurt you, girl?" "Everybody." It was the way of the world, she'd just learned to turn it to her advantage. At Bill's office, he told Danny that Caroline had blasted him for spending so much time with his ex-wife. So, having made things right with Hayley, he intended to keep his distance from Danny going forward. After she obtained a promise of a hefty donation for the Dupree Heritage Foundation, Danny wanted one more thing: Bill to MC Winterfest, as he always had. "As dysfunctional as we may be together," she told her ex, "you are still my family." She was even fine with Hayley being his +1. Speak of the devil. When Hayley interrupted, Danny beat a hasty retreat, thanking Bill for the money on her way out. Hayley hit the roof till she found out it was just a donation to the Dupree Heritage Foundation. But Bill kept right on digging his own grave by mentioning that Danny didn't need dough from him. She was already set for life. At the country club, Vanessa's breakfast with Joey turned heads, including that of gossipy Anastasia, who was quick to tell her friend that anyone was shocked to see the realtor consorting with a man of infamously suspicious character. Anastasia didn't hesitate to call out Joey on his reputation or Vanessa for always having been weak-willed when it came to men. Joey didn't give a bleep. He even went so far as to crack that he'd had Doug killed to have his wife all to himself. For at least a hot second, Vanessa had to wonder whether Loverboy really was joking. Shortly, she suggested a bigger role in his organization again, and he surprised her by saying he had a job in mind. He was putting her in charge of his escort business. "Call me Madame Vanessa," she said. But he had one requirement: no sex with the escorts. Funny. Joey was shocked to learn that rent boy Diego had never charged Vanessa. Over lunch, Naomi and Chelsea unpacked the latter's marital woes. Naomi said that Jacob had suggested marriage counseling, but in her estimation, he was the one who needed therapy. Ironically, at that very moment, Jacob was turning to Naomi's Aunt Nicole for help bridging the gap between them. To her credit, Chelsea suggested that Naomi and Jacob's problem was theirs, not just his. Though Nicole told Jacob she couldn't treat him, she did have a sit-down with him as a friend. "Why don't you try working with kids first, before jumping into parenting?" Nicole suggested. She also noted that trying to have a child can damage a marriage. In her own case, irreparably, it turned out. In the hour's final moments, Danny admitted to Andre that she'd been to see Bill and had asked him to MC the charity party. Jacob informed Naomi that he was going into therapy, and she suggested that maybe she could go with him. Vanessa overheard Anastasia making plans with Diego and warned the snoop to be more discreet now that she was the himbo's boss. Randy told Joey he'd made up his story about hooking up with Hayley. Shrewd Joey wondered aloud whether his henchman was hiding something. Why else would he meet Bill's wife after hours? Just then, Hayley was at Bill's office dosing his tea with, well, whatever it wasn't going to be good for his health.